Okay, here we go again. Thank you for joining me once again. I just wanted to jump on in the proper way. This is your boy Brick City's finest, JD Williams, back at it again, trying to just figure out how to properly address certain things. But anyway, long story short, I was thinking about Martin Lawrence, having a giggle with myself, one of my top three favorite comedians, funny men of all time, easily, no problem. He solidified. And I started thinking about the movie Black Knight. And I went on YouTube to look up and see if I could find anybody doing an actual review of Black Knight. What I found was that there wasn't many, but I found that Double Toasted actually did a video, a review of Black Knight. If you don't know who Double Toasted is, two brothers, Corey and Martin, started Double Toasted 10 years ago. Great job. They talk about pop culture stuff. They talk about, I said pop culture stuff, so obviously that covers music, video games, movies, things like that. You know, just that. And they do their thing. And they're one of the few people that I did find talking about Black Knight. So I started watching the review, and it was just, two brothers, and I believe even Corey has mentioned that he's friends with Martin Lawrence one or two times. So, and the review, as that's a movie that I love, I hold very dearly, and he even addresses that in the beginning of the review and other things. I just wanted to kind of just scrub through and just go through the review with him. I want to thank them, Double Toasted, for even giving me the inspiration, motivation to even get on here and record and just do it. And I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start it out and jump right on into it. I want to, like I said, thank anybody else that's jumping in right now. Appreciate you. But I'm gonna just go ahead and start the video. All right. Peace. Let's see.
Let's go ahead and take a look at Martin Lawrence in Black Knight.
1328.
He's living in the Middle Ages.
Get used to that.
So it looks like they're gonna watch the trailer first, or they start with that. But
People get used to that.
That yell double.
I say mugging.
So right now, I already know, like I said, even from skimming through it earlier, but I already knew he was gonna get into that before. He's talking about like Martin Lawrence's physicality, how he acts out, and so on, so on, and so forth. Yeah, that's true. But this is one thing I wanted to point out. This was in the '90s. Like I said, we had Martin Lawrence, we had Jim Carrey, we had Chris Tucker. That was part of the style that was going on at the time. That was part of the comedy. So I guess if you look at it in a vacuum, it kind of looks how it looks, but that was the style. And this is something that he addresses also. Like, I'm not taking it serious because, we all just joshing around and they having a fun time. Like I said, he said he's Martin's friend. And so it's like we can't apply so much logic, but I'll just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Birdman. Shout out to Birdman. If y'all don't watch Birdman, the Birdman YouTube channel, he does great reviews, fun stuff, funny stuff, cinema, everything wrong with cinema sins. Let me get back to the video because I'm rambling. All right, here we go.
I'm talking about Martin Lawrence. They put Martin Lawrence right in your face. Mm-hmm. When the movie opens up, the opening credits, they put a fucking camera right there in Martin Lawrence's face, and they said, "You know what? You make as many."
Oh, what happened to the video? Oh, here it is. Let's go. My bad, y'all.
Any funny faces and crazy. There's some supplies.
We're going straight through. Let's start it out.
God damn, before the movie even gets to that part, he's going medieval on himself. He's just sitting there torturing himself.
Okay, this is the beginning. Let me tell you something. Let me say something about the style of the movie too. I mean, obviously, like, I'm gonna talk to it from a filmmaker, from an actor's perspective. Just even watching this part right here, you can see the way it's shot. It's almost a fisheye lens. If anybody knows, Hype Williams was big back then. This movie was mainly, I mean, even for like the drabness of it, it still had color injected into it and a stylization. This right here, like I said, is kind of a mild fisheye lens and the way that it's set up, and then you got Martin with him moving into the camera, out of the camera, and everything. So, like I said, I love this movie. So we gonna talk for a second.
And look, I ain't gonna talk too bad about Jamal here because listen, your characters on time. Boy, it's a good thing he was just driving green screen because he could have hurt somebody right there.
It was green screen. Yep, that was true. Green screen. Nothing to say about that.
Boy, they hired the best marketing people for these.
This part right here.
He's disrespecting his boss, trying to get her to sell because he wants to go work at this competition, also creatively titled Castle World. Boy, they hired the best marketing people for these castle theme parks over here. Jamal is trying to get her to sell because he wants to get a job over at.
But it's Castle World.
You know what? Your place ain't shit. The competition's gonna
Hold up, but it's Castle World, and then theirs is medieval, whatever it is. And yeah, it's just like having them whack names, and it's just two things, you know, like.
Hey, why don't you just sell and just move on? And his boss is sitting up there telling him, you know what, Jamal, I'm just trying to make the best of what I do around here. And I had such high hopes for you.
Please, sir.
See, at this part, what he's saying is like, why did the boss think Jamal was so special? Why did she believe in him? Why did she give him credit? It's like this because, and the reason that Castle World was so trash is because she didn't have no help, and she believed that Jamal was the one that was able to help her. I don't know if he reminded her of her son, or nephew, or whoever, ex-husband, but she believed that if she just had one person to help, really just help out the place and come up with stuff to make it good, that she could keep it. So that's what that was. But I get, you know, like you said, y'all making jokes. I get it.
I had such high hopes for you to come and help me out. She's telling him this complete with sad music. And what does he say? Well, fuck you, bitch. That's your fault.
Take what money you got. Shit.
And obviously, everybody knows this is the hero's journey. You know, the hero got to have an arc where, you know, they don't even realize their worth and they just moving along. And this is another thing. For those who don't know, you know, I know a lot of people out there are literary. This is Yankee and King Arthur's court. So, yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
We're not going anywhere.
The jobs, people. There's no dragons. It's just it's genius thought.
So he's still talking about how bad the place is or whatnot, and I'm telling you, like, you know, she ain't got no help, obviously.
This was a great business. It's the fucking medieval the castles in the hood.
Yeah.
Because somebody's building down the street castle work.
Down the street.
So apparently, brothers in this movie love to get medieval every fucking day. That's it.
They laughing at how he got pulled in the water. Yeah, he just got dragged in. He didn't react. It was clean. You know, whatever. Oh, and this right here is crazy. They skipping over a lot of the, you know, the funny parts, the jokes and everything. They showing stuff is cool, you know. But Daryl Chill Mitchell was in this movie. He was Martin's co-worker. That was actually the part that I got to audition for. Like I said, I'm grateful I got to audition, but I wish if y'all was just going to give it to Chill, just give it to Chill, which I had us come and audition for. Like, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy for that.
You know what? I'm laughing because that shit pulled him in like he got eaten by a shark or something. And Jamal didn't even struggle.
All right.
Right there.
They got jokes about how he got pulled in. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, it looked
I know a lot of this is going to be with the effects and everything. I mean,
freezing there, too, by the way.
I know.
I was going to say, Martin, this is going to hurt.
Oh, wow.
now that scene, and it's a lot of scenes in the movie, but that scene right there is one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Sure.
No.
Right here.
What was he right before this?
He come out the water tripping, talking about, I ain't got no problem with you, dog. He like, yo, what's happening?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour? Was he
right before Rush Hour?
Wow,
Wait,
let's see. What
he
was he
said,
right
what's
before?
my man's name?
Black comedians, they're profitable, so I'll be in it. Sure.
No.
Tom Wilkinson.
What was he right before this? Rush Hour.
Rush Hour? Was he
Was he
Rush?
right before Rush Hour?
Wow, let's see. Rush Hour was what, 90? around that area, right?
Was it?
96.
Yeah, and you know what? He sees this guy right here and doesn't you know, he thinks he's a homeless guy, but doesn't think to ask him, where's the fucking city? You know, that just disappeared. Where's the castle?
Okay, you wrong right there. He does ask him, where is it? First off, he get out the water. He thinks that he went down the river somehow. Of course, it's a moat. We gonna nix that. Remember, this is a Yankee in King Arthur's court. It's a dream. So, and like you point out later, it's a fantasy. You making a joke, but this is why he doesn't do these things. But even what you saying, he does ask him which way is the highway, which way is the nearest gas station. He does ask him that. But when he come out the water, he's more concerned with the person standing in front of him. Shout out to Black Knight. Shout out to Tom Wilkinson, because y'all killed this scene.
So that was just back here. That was like literally 10 feet away from me. You got jokes, man. no time for that. When we gotta, no time for that. We gotta get these fish out of hood jokes.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, no, we gotta hurry up and see what happens when medieval meets urban.
Oh, you upset? I ain't got no beef with you, dog. I am not a dog.
Now keep in mind that.
And that is a great joke. That's the beginning. Then he passes out. And then when he wake him up, he asks him, you know, like, you ain't got no house, no crib. Like, you know, have services, social services come here and check this out, because this is sad. He does the teary-eyed move. Like, that's one of the dopest, funniest scenes in the movie. Like, and it just really, you know, it sets the tone and everything, and it just shows, like, also the character of Jamal, how he, you know, always want to be nice with everybody, and he trying to, you know, help people. He give them the money and tell them to go buy some soap, you know, and tell them to clean up and everything, you know, like, yo, that's one of the funniest scenes in the movie. So, and from what I remember from the first time I scrubbed through, they didn't show any of that and talk about none of that funniness that was going on in that scene, you know. But let's continue.
This is when around the time that Hollywood just discovered the word dog, the way black people use it.
You're the man, dog.
You're the man now, dog.
Get it right, Martin. Had a man come in and
You're
goes,
talking that scene.
oh yeah, this is what dog did the.
Oh, this is another thing about this entire movie that I don't think that it gets recognized for or any type of credit for. A lot of this movie was improv. Like this, like I said, this was peak Martin. Like the whether the joke hit or missed, whether the timing was on or off or whatever, it was all based on Martin's improv, you know, and him improvising with everybody else and getting the whole thing out. Like everything, like this movie was raw. It was wild raw. What's up, Ether? I see you over there.
Day that Hollywood started using the word dog is when it became not cool. That's when
Probably
they
when
was
Will
supposed to not apply here. All right, I get it. I mean, there are some rules that have to just connect the story, but real, you know, let's not go ahead and try to take this too seriously. But I could not help thinking that as he approached that castle, they would have killed his black ass when he was a speck on the horizon.
Now this right here, like I know, like I said, I know he making jokes, but this was like kind of not like a really, like they tell you in the scene that they're waiting for, you know, a black man, that they're literally waiting for a black man to come. They say this. And then beyond that, if you even thinking about this time, you know, around this time, like this is basically when black people was running medieval Europe, you know what I'm saying? The dark times, the dark ages, like, yeah. So, nah, that joke, I get it. I know it was a joke. I'm just saying, that's easily why
How do you
they
explain
wouldn't have
a black
attacked
dude?
him.
Oh, they would have thought he was a Moor.
And they use that throughout the whole.
There you go. Like, so,
in Normandy.
Oh, Normandy, okay.
Normandy. 1,000 pardons. We've been awaiting word from Normandy.
Now you knew
Right away.
Just in case you don't know how Normandy holds any weight outside of this story right here, you knew Normandy, if you were just watching the movie, was going to play some important part in this. The way they actually
Black Knight was
slowed it
all
down,
just
because that's
funny
the Martin
scenes
Lawrence's character
and
Jamal is from.
sound
It was
bites.
important early in the movie when Jamal was riding around.
the jams.
They took
Let me
the time
turn
to
this down
slow
some.
down. Hey, just in case you missed it.
You could just say Florence
I
and Normand's
mean,
Hill from
that's establishing, and it's just because he didn't say it to his boss again, because he only had the conversation with her and Chill before he got dragged into the water. So it was nowhere else for him to say his street again. You know, they showed it. It's what it is. If you know California, then you know what's up. Boom. Like I said, like I get y'all making jokes, nitpicking, but
Also,
come on now.
really not
I love some
motherfucking
Black
suicide.
Knight.
Ain't no numbers out of that joke. You read Normandy.
I mean, I love mostly anything Martin's ever done, but Black Knight got a place in my heart too. Let's skim. Let's go ahead. Let's go for it.
Black chick walking around the court.
You glow,
Wait,
girl.
right here. What you said?
Like he gets inside, and out of all these white people around there, he just so happens to run into the only random black chick walking around the court.
That's another thing. Now, right here, I gotta stop you right here too. He didn't run into her. He saw her and walked up to her. Like he didn't run into her. Now, if he literally like just bumped into her and it's like, yeah, all these white people and now they just talking because he made her drop her apples or something. Yes, but he literally was walking through the square, saw her, and walked up to her. He did not bump into her.
You glow, girl.
You speak with an unusual tone.
Oh no, that's just how we.
That's just what Hollywood wrote for me. The actress's name.
It's
I
on
don't know.
Las Vegas, that show.
And you know Hollywood did not write You Glow Girl. You know that.
Las Vegas for a while.
Yeah, Marsha Thomas.
Marsha Thomas,
Gorgeous.
beautiful
He's
actress,
black.
and
She's the only black chick around.
I think, like I said, I believe that was her and I sitting in the hallway on the audition so long ago, but definitely it was great. She was sweet, and she did a great job in this movie.
And then you know they had to make that happen. But you know
Well,
because
that's how you and I met.
of course, yeah, Martin, that was a great actually have sex. Yeah, that's what I mean too. Not before he asked.
And the old pair of drawers and cut the ass off.
He's telling her he's an Asian.
Asian,
I work for Denzel, and I can make you a star. So come on over in your panties and your thong. Let me take some pictures. I like 90s don't give a
God
fuck.
I know, yeah.
Nice, don't-
Exactly. The year.
All right, yes, he was being aggressively, whatever, sexual with her. However, y'all know that was Martin just trying to make her laugh and doing something goofy. Come on now.
Actually, my Nubian queen.
Now look at this guy.
You know that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, believe me.
See, now what Martin did was talk dirty to her. What that dude did was walk up behind her and grab her butt. They showing the difference, and that's the thing too, a subtlety in as silly as this film is, it still had the classic traditional thought out beats, the things that show the difference between the hero and the villain. And actually that after that, I don't believe we see Martin do or say anything else. He has respect. He learns, more respect after that scene. So, yeah.
5 seconds ago.
What the hell's wrong with you, man? Stealing my game.
I've been in a lot of Fourth Simmons
Full of houses.
was cock blocking. No code.
It's sexual harassment that you ruined for me.
Right.
By the way, that Nubian queen shit, that is Vincent Reagan who uttered that line. If you're sexual harassment.
Right.
Yo, it's funny as hell. They got those little pictures of themselves and the emoji in the chat. That's hilarious.
And the chainmail on. Yeah.
Early on, this is obvious that it has barely a script, which, okay, that's all right. It's just supposed to be.
Come
and
on,
they had
man.
some Al
You
Martin
killing me.
Lawrence, but they just didn't know introduced to the king. And they say, how do you want to be introduced to the king? And he's like, well, come here, let me tell you. And you didn't really hear what he said. And then you see he's being introduced like he's at a basketball game, which I thought, okay, again, he's black, so it's got to be basketball. But I thought that was kind of funny.
From Inglewood High, Jamal Skywalker.
That brings back memories.
Look at this, man. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I think that they did this movie and they did, like, so many takes, with every scene. Like, all right, let's do it this way. And then let Martin improv however much he want to improv today. And then let everybody else just go off his energy and improv with him. How they going to, they going to stick to their lines, but, let them play with the reaction. And this is one of those scenes. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot of that.
That's what he looked like.
And then they go right back to the fact that, like, it's some black dude around, but it's like back then, like, I mean, like, we think that it wasn't no black people, just like we think it's no black people in Russia. We think it's no black people in China and places where we used to seeing white people all the time, but there's black people everywhere.
He like, somebody gonna lose their fucking life in their job today. Guys, get this black motherfucker out
I'll
of
put
here.
out heads.
I'm getting had to.
Let's see.
I got a head that comes off, a neck that spurts blood. Look at the head.
People, if only his ass could.
Why do they keep cutting out the funny parts? What are y'all doing? Like he said, look at the head. It looks so real. Oh, because it is real. Like, how are y'all going to give, like, Mrs. reactions, man? That's crazy. You got to give my man his flowers. Y'all cutting out all the funniness.
People, she's
even looking at him like, what? Are you gonna be a bitch about this?
She's like, calm your ass down.
This is not the way we rehearsed it.
I already know you're going to get on it, like I said.
There's that screamer from that.
You
Look,
gonna
I
get
get
on
he just
him
saw
about
human
the
head get severed. Cool, I'll give him that one.
Okay.
But in just a matter of minutes, we get that. This Negro screaming about numbers.
It is the year of our Lord 1328. The date frightens you?
Look, hold up. You started laughing and giggling. Y'all laughed and giggled at that, but y'all didn't even hear or let it play what he said at that, which is what you just critiqued. You said he's screaming about numbers. She said the date frightens him. He said you think it don't when it does. Like, do you understand what's happening right now to this man? You think it don't when it does. No.
Bro, he's screaming. You scared of numbers?
That's classic Martin. That's TV show Martin. I said, look at this. You know this was improv. He almost broke character right there. That was just improv that the director just found funny, and he was like, yo, I'm keeping that in, even though he don't even know what he doing. It was just funny. They was having a good time.
Yeah, you right, brother.
I'll be going now.
He was cool right there, actually. That was fine. He was actually
Natural
melting.
That's when he understood
I guess
it
it's
was
what we
time
gotta
to
do.
go.
I guess what we going. By the way, I
Okay.
guess it's what we gotta do.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you out, all right? Yeah.
Like I said, it goes back to slapstick. You know, you gotta remember it was a bunch of people's comedic styles back then with the movies. You know, like I already said, Jim Carrey, and everybody was very physical back then. And then you gotta think too. You know, this movie is what? It's PG-13, so you know.
He sucked his dick. Yeah, I want to get some. At least gonna help me. Yeah, let's go. Black Beauty boy.
Now, if he had screamed right there, now that would have been appropriate.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's saying that Martin did something to the horse. Ha. All right, let's see.
What's up? You know, it gets to a point where the bad king in this, the king actually is my hero for just telling it like it is.
It's no longer funny, but he refuses to give up on the joke.
Well, like I said, that's the style. That was the style then. Oh, this part right, he puts everybody with
when
the
he starts
music
to
part.
be the hero of the film.
And this goes back into the whole remembering that this is an adaptation of Yankee by Mark Twain. It's a dream. So yeah, it's fantasy comedy, and this type of thing happens. So yeah, I already know how they clowning this part. Like I said, I made it here earlier, but nah. Nope, it's cheesy, but it's meant to be, and it's supposed to be. Nope. And like I said, y'all keep cutting out all the funny parts.
Oh, it's like Shrek now.
Yeah, yeah. And this dude, sit your ass down. Sit down, son, sit down.
He's like, I had to get drunk to get through this movie, so fuck you, I'm dead.
This they're like,
I don't know.
people get this crowd and just
All right.
starts.
So this part when he end up with the princess, right? He wake up with the princess, right? Do the whole your daughter's a freak joke. What else is the other joke he got in there? Oh,
Yeah, man.
See, that's a.
Well, let's do what you will.
Yeah, worth it.
Well, let's talk. I don't look good. Tell me, should I got up in that white ass?
See, that's
Let her have the white. He should have put in that damn Regina. Should I got up in that white ass?
I could die happy.
Oh yeah, that is funny. The princess's name was Regina.
I'd have thou rip. I know, but I can't. You're like out of that shit. You know the whole thing.
I'm gonna keep scrubbing.
Again, best use of things sloped in.
To the third act. Shenanigans aside, we got to focus on the plot, which is usually not the strongest point of the movie.
It
No,
is.
you're right, because that's exactly what happens here. When in the third act, it just drops. The script is so bland that
What you
they
mean?
had a twist in here.
What you mean bland? It's predictable. It's safe. It's what it's supposed to be. You already know what it is. What it's supposed to be. Oh, and just to clear this up too, back on this scene when he was trapped in the cage after sleeping with the princess right here. How you gonna leave out the death? Ain't nobody dying here. That white girl came on to me. How you gonna leave out that line? Come on, man. This was
After Martin Lawrence
hilarious.
done built right there, small like that time. And ripped
So
out.
he
She
get
was
out.
right place. Queen.
Then he end
I
up
was
with
like, Ross
them.
Point, there was a
Queen. Okay, so you know who this-
real story, but rebellion to me.
Yeah.
And y'all still looking for some type of story.
Not story.
Was a great king.
Like Martin Lawrence. That was the rebellion back and forth. These now.
Oh,
They got the nerve to
y'all leave out when the queen is over here screaming, England, England. Like I said, I don't know, man. This what made me actually, like I said, motivated me to do the video, because y'all did this, and I understand, like I said, y'all poking fun. You Martin's friend. It's what it is. But y'all left out all the funny parts and was just talking smack about this hilarious ass movie.
Out. Get him out.
Oh, that's screaming shit again. That's what we go back to.
But that's like, really, dude? A Rodney King?
I know.
Right, yeah.
Bruh, y'all.
Like at this point, he's accepted where he is, and that nobody knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right. And also, a Rodney King reference? For the, for the audience watching the movie.
I mean, what you mean
That
is
already don't make
King.
no sense.
He just
That funky magic.
freestyled it.
But they're like,
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but they're like, fucking, don't be playing anymore. In this,
go through
save
it.
the day.
That's all in lighter.
Now, you know, and the
Apparently
crazy,
with his mouth.
but the crazy thing with this is that
On that from his mouth?
with pyrotechnics,
On that from his mouth?
nobody knows.
He's got the.
He's
He's got his hairspray, aerosol, and lighter.
Now, you know, and the
Apparently
crazy,
with his mouth.
but the crazy.
Okay. Now, this part right here is the video y'all is almost over, and this is I even made it kind of this far, right? So I'm gonna tell you why this is like what ties in the whole reason for this quote unquote dream or what's going on.
Crazy thing with this is that that's him in the Black Knight outfit. You're like, damn, what blacksmith built that tight ass suit for him? Martin Lawrence. There's a scene in here where he pulls out blacksmithing skills out his ass in the middle of the night. And in about 3 hours, he makes a.
So look, you just answered your own question, like, and 3 other things that you was, making fun of and criticizing earlier. Like, who did that? Who could do that? He did that. He could actually do that. He had skills that, So why did the lady who thought he was so dope and she wanted him to take over and help her run the thing? Because she knew that he could do things like this. He was creative. He was funny. He could do all of this stuff. And that was why that was that specialness that they was talking about. Nah.
The Black Knight costume. Good thing he took that blacksmithing class in community college.
You know, I just realized that's remember at the beginning he gets in trouble and they make him spray and clean,
No, that's
clean
where
the
it's from.
softball helmets.
Yeah.
But I guess he had that in his pocket the whole time.
When he got pulled into the water.
It was in the overalls that he had when he got out the water in the river in the beginning. Like, I mean, I know, like I said, y'all trying to just make fun, and maybe y'all are ignoring or really didn't care to just hear or watch certain stuff, but these little things are explained in the movie.
The water.
That's what I didn't get, because when he got into the water, he's wearing his uniform, but he comes out wearing a New York Jets jersey.
He doesn't have the coveralls on, does he?
Yeah. I think he changed. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know.
No, man, I saw him going to the water wearing his uniform.
Oh, no. He comes out
took
with the
it
coveralls
off.
on.
Oh, yeah, he takes it off. Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he just cut the other.
Exactly. See, y'all acting like it's not happening. Y'all acting like I get it. Y'all making jokes. Y'all acting like the movie wasn't written, but somebody wrote the movie and they did a okay job. Stop it.
Very emotional where he's gonna go down. You like, damn, he took that well.
What else did you get for just standing there?
Smiling and
There's a
shit.
battle going on.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, he gets shot, he goes down. This is complete with the death speech.
You're a brave knight. It's been a long fighting beside you.
Now he clearly is dead because in the heat of battle right here, there's a mighty. But that's okay because it turns out that Sir Nolte was only taking a nap. Was not. Apparently so.
What? I mean, that's the hero's twist. And then this is this dude's world, not really, you know, Martin, the Black Knight's world. I mean, even though it's his dream or whatever. But, I mean, I don't know. That was regular to me, especially how they kind of had to start wrapping up the movie. So, I mean, that worked for me. It didn't bother me.
Good prevails over evil.
You know, look at the niggas.
He's like, just fall here.
And also, it was knight against knight. Like, dude needed his honor, you know, and so for him to get a kill on that a knight like that, the opposite, you know, was good.
No, if you notice, he looked around. Look at this.
Can't die yet. We're so good.
Really?
Here, I have everything in hand.
Fuck out of here.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if he died or not because he never came back.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a shallow moat. I don't know if that belly flop killed him. I don't know if it's just.
Was there an alligator in there?
Yeah, I don't know the dragon in the moat or whatever. But we don't ever. Once he falls in that water, we don't hear from his ass
Okay, I'm gonna just leave that one alone.
again. At least that. You know, I got. Oh, he put his. Look at it. Like we in Prince. It was all a dream.
Okay, now that makes sense. That redeems all
Every
this.
no, it does not. Because I'm like, why the fuck was any of this worth going through all this bullshit? Really?
You know what though?
Really?
You know what he just said? That redeems all of it. Keep going.
Oh,
Keep going. Hey, see, you want to talk shit.
His vital signs have begun.
Yeah. So like I said, this is an adaptation, and you know, if you know that, it's easier to understand why this happens. But if you don't, you know, this is a common trope, you know, whether you like it or not. But, you know, Mark Twain started it. So, and like I said, this is particularly for that. Finally, we get to see Chill.
now
There you
that's
go,
how it is
Chill.
with him being waking up. The queen was a paramedic. No, it's like, okay, so why the fuck did we go through any of this then? If it's a dream, you're right. It does. It's
Because
Lapse in
it's a
love.
Yankee.
You look familiar.
Wow, she's gorgeous.
So do you.
Yeah, probably the dude that hit on her at the club or the bar. Or some
Right,
shit.
right.
Motherfucker is a man. Fucking up with a dream. She'll keep having these, which makes sense.
Try your phone.
Freeze ray.
So, okay, there we go. Double Toasted's review of Black Knight and my review of Double Toasted's review of Black Knight. Fun watch, great time. Like I said, respect to those two brothers, Corey and Martin, and even the other brother they got with them. The bald-headed one too, the bald-headed brother too. But then they be having this a white brother. I can't remember his name right now, but they have him on there too. He be chilling. But yeah, I mess with them. Go support them. Go check out their channel. Obviously, you know, if you want to have some, you know, good entertainment. It's your boy, Brick City's finest, JD. Y'all know everything going on around here. No projects. Mess with me and Dave over here. You know, no country show. Make sure y'all get over there on that YouTube, Instagrams, all the socials. No country show. Mess with me and Dave, my partner. We trying to follow in, you know, the Double Toasted footsteps. Do they thing. No country is over here. And y'all already know what it is. Your boy, Brick City's finest, JD Williams. If you never saw Black Knight, I recommend watching it. It is hilarious. It is one of the funny parts. Actually, you know what? I remember watching it before I go. I remember seeing it, and they did keep one funny part in here. Let me find it real quick. The one funny part they kept in was this one. Check me out. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, nope. I but like I said, he left out a lot of classic lines. While I look for this, I'll go ahead and vamp a little bit. But he left out a lot of classic lines like "You mock me more," and there was, like I said, there was several lines that they just like kind of skipped
This-
over. Let's go ahead and
and then
scrub
they had
it
to
real
go-
quick, because
Only his ass could have stayed the same.
like I said, I love this movie, so let me just
If he
defend it.
only could have stayed
Before I
down
go.
because people
So that was
go and up.
Jamal.
Again, he's black.
I'm gonna show
Say
you
it.
the part they
Uncles,
did
man.
show one funny part, and like I said, if you haven't ever seen this movie, you go see it. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna find it because I really don't feel like scrubbing back through this again. I already lost it. Like I can't remember exactly where it is, but
You speak with an unusual.
somewhere in here.
Oh, no, that's just how we
That's just what Hollywood wrote for me. No, I don't really talk like that. No, she's fine as fuck. Oh, I forgot her name. What is this actress's name?
I forget her name too.
Marjorie Thompson, I think.
That's it. I think you.
Tell the villain.
All of us look bad.
I can't find it, guys. Well, I'll be back checking you guys out. I appreciate y'all checking me out. But they showed the part when the guy right there took him to the bathroom, and he came out and said, "You gonna charge?" Oh, look at that! Just happened to find it. Oh no!
But is that
I'm
screaming
wrong
from
as
that?
hell.
I get. He just saw you.
I'm crazy. It's that fisheye lens made me thought I found the scene. But it's the scene where the guy takes him to the bathroom and he says, "You charging people money to wipe their ass with straw? Ain't gonna happen. There's doo-doo all over the..." And like I said, Martin got little gems all over this movie. And like I said, I guess especially the more you love Martin Lawrence, the better this movie will be to you. But shout out, like I said, let me go ahead and end this real quick. When I should have ended it before. But shout out to like I said, Double Toasted. Shout out to Martin Lawrence, definitely. And shout out to y'all. Y'all stay well. And I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. All right. Peace and love. Y'all stay well. And that's my time.